situation is not resonating with me, this is why I'm reacting in this way. So that awareness, that mindfulness and present in the moment to really understand where you're coming from, what is it that drives you and what ticks with you, really makes us show up in a better way. So we want to reflect on our identity, and what I want us to also really spend time is about understanding which role do I want to play in this world, or in this society, or in this organization, right? If you're working in a large organization, you want to really be playing with this idea of not just living the job description that somebody else is giving you, or maybe hopefully you also had a contribution to writing your job description, but if not, really going the step further. What is my role in this organization? What role do I want to play? And in particular, which role do I want to play in respect to the power, for example, the privilege that I have in this role, and the stages that I have in this organization. So truly reflecting on who we are, we really want to examine not just the aspects of the identity that maybe we have already been forced to face because they are different from the dominant ones. Right? Like if you are, if you are working in an American company and you're Italian, then that element of you being an Italian versus American company, that by default is obvious, right? You confronted already the difference in culture. Or if you are an Italian working in a German, or if you're a German working in a Japanese environment, Japanese company. So those things are clearly obvious, and you are forced to face them, to confront them, when they became kind of, when you wanted to succeed in those environments that were coming from different backgrounds. It is much harder to examine those that instead are part of the dominant culture. So if you are an Italian with an Italian, or if you're an American with an American, or an Indian with an Indian, it is much harder to actually discern and identify those traits that are characteristic of your culture, because you are living them. And if you don't take a step out and a step on the side to observe some of them and ask yourself questions, it is much harder for you to really identify as traits of your identity.